When you're in your overalls working as engineers, you can't get the glad eyes from the saucy little dears. But although you're pining for the cut of something nice, prove that you are virtuous, be sticking to your vice. Work, boys, work and be contented. Don't knock off to go and chase the girls. Stick to work just like a leech and you can never hear them each. When we beat the Turks and back the Dardanelles. Now some of you have worked as you have never worked before. Some of you have worked for a year or maybe more, pining for your beano in the good old wagonette. But stick it, lads, and you shall have your beano, don't forget. Work, boys, work and be contented. Day and night and save up all your tin. For the strike, it ain't no use, help to cook the Kaiser truth. Then we'll let you have your beano in Berlin. Now don't forget to win the war that millions must be spent. Don't forget the war loan at 4.5%. Put your money in it, lad, walk to save your fares. When the Kaiser's only broke, we'll all be millionaires. Work, boys, work and be contented. Don't waste your money, it's a crime. When you find you're out of debt and you've an empty bassinet, you can fill it up by working overtime. I went out to saw some Blackwood Lake the other night. Saw the girls are making jam for those who have to fight. I said, I know that's the stuff to fill the Tommy's thumbs. This is what I shouted as they pelted me with plums. Work, girls, work and be contented. Making jam for those out at the war. Fill 'em up, we're all free. And when they come home, you see, while the 60 years they've never touched before. Let's sing that. Work, girls, work and be contented. Making jam for those out at the war. Fill 'em up, we're all free. And when they come home, you see, while the 60 years they've never touched before. Doctor who has won a great renown. I only charge you threepence cash instead of half a crown. I cure the rats, the whooping cough, the measles and the flu. You can pay me by installments if you give an IOU. I'm Shelley, good old Dr. Shelley. No matter what complaint you've got, I can cure you on the spot. If you've got the slightest pain in your Derby Kelly, bring a little Mary's round to me, good old Dr. Shelley. A chap named Mr. Jonah who was ill in bed for days. He's got a whalebone down his neck throughout the servant's days. They tried him with the emetics and the stomach pump, you see, but nothing seemed to answer, so they sent him round to me. I'm Shelley, good old Dr. Shelley. He said, oh doctor, do be quick, or I shall go right up the stick. I got the tongue right down his throat into his darling Nelly. Turned old Jonah inside out, good old Dr. Shelley. This morning I heard the night bell as the clock was striking 2. Standing on the steps was a big cockle-doodle-doo. He said, oh doctor, come at once, me ain't got a bad attack. She's twisted her bazooka and she cannot get it back. I'm Shelley, good old Dr. Shelley. I cured his wife in half a mo. You should have heard that rooster crow. Gave her boiling water and some chloroform to smelly. Now she's laying hard-boiled eggs, good old Dr. Shelley. I had to go and see a man who couldn't eat his grub. He'd worn his spinal column out through holding up a pub. I had to take his backbone out and mend it with some cork. But as his back was narrow, I shoved in a slice of cork. I'm Shelley, good old Dr. Shelley. Here's a testimonial. He is cured to this old girl. Now when he sits round the fire, crackling cheek and smelly, he's got buttons up his back, good old Dr. Shelley, Shelley. I'm Shelley, good old Dr. Shelley. Here's a testimonial. He is cured to this old girl. Now when he sits round the fire, crackling cheek and smelly, he's got buttons up his back,